WRX, everything you need to know. Hello and welcome back to MIA Luxury Cars. For today's video, we will be going to talk about Subaru WRX, everything you need to know. Let's get started. At its inception in the 1950s, Subaru concentrated on producing modest people's cars, with a focus on meeting the requirements of post-war Japan. This is all you need to know to get up to speed on the Subaru WRX. Early in the 1980s, they made the decision to use motorsports, specifically their preferred sport, rally, to enhance their global image. It's such a badass sport that you can't even do it by yourself. A sidekick is required. You require a compass. However, prior to Gordon Bombay showing up, they were known as the Mighty Ducks from 1980s to 1990. There was only one podium finish for them. Po Sumborn finished third at Rally New Zealand in 1987. Dad of Jason Bourne, Possum. However, the gears started spinning and Subaru started winning in the early 1990s. Ink was put on Colin McRae and they dropped the larger legacy midway through the 1993 campaign and unveiled the Impreza. The team represented State Express 555 Tobacco by donning blue and gold apparel. Subaru finished fifth in the team championship thanks to McRae and Ari Vatanen, driving their brand new WRX, while State Express and Subaru's alliance eventually came to an end. That color combination will always be connected with the WRX. The Impreza was a condensed version of the legacy design, which now serves as the foundation for all WRX. All-wheel drive, a flat 4-boxer engine, and 4 doors. In 1992, when the Impreza first went on sale in Japan, Subaru provided a unique package for the local market. The WRX was a turbocharged variant offered to customers, or World Rally Experimental. In addition to that, the Japanese had access to WRX RA, which was even more extreme. It lacked anti-lock brakes, electric windows, and air conditioning. A year later, the Impreza was released in the US, but the WRX was not. A significant year for Subaru and Impreza was 1994. Subaru entered every round of the World Rally Championship for the first time that year, and they also unveiled an improved WRX. The STI had forged pistons, improved intercooler, and carbon fiber strut tower braces. The STI is also decorated with some quirky-looking pink emblems. In Japan, the color pink is linked to cherry blossoms, which stands for a season of rebirth and the ephemeral nature of life. Toyota was detected cheating in 1995, which gave Subaru the WRC championship. That year, Colin McRae won his first WRC championship, and Subaru went on to win 2 more titles in a row. They unveiled the Impreza 22B, the mother of all STIs, to commemorate the hat trick. It came with a functional hood scoop, flared fenders, fog light covers, and a massive and functional rear wing, and of course, gold wheels. The 22B was truly a rally car for the streets, and Subaru only made 424 of them. Subaru eventually gave us Americans the WRX in 2002, after 10 years of withholding it, and it completely transformed the American auto industry, but not only became one of the most well-known vehicles in the tuner culture. It also demonstrated to all automakers that there was a market for exciting, reasonably priced or turbo automobiles in America. Before the WRX, consider the available choices on the American market. The Eclipse. With the WRX, we at last had the answer to why Japan didn't send the finest it had to give to the United States during the 1990s. If it weren't for the Civic Type R, the Lancer Evo, Focus RS, Golf R, and just this year, the Focus RS, none of these vehicles would be accessible. The new age Impreza, often known as the Bug Eye, produced 227 horsepower and was on level with the BMW 3 Series and Audi S4, which Subaru highlighted extensively in their WRX advertisements. It is the cutest Impreza and one of the most attractive wagons ever made. The Bug Eye received a redesign in 2004, and the STI arrived in America, this time with Subaru's EJ25 2.5-liter engine. The turbocharger produced 14.5 pounds of boost, increasing the engine's output to 300 horsepower. Peter Stevens, who also created the exterior designs for the Lotus Esprit and McLaren F1, was in charge of this project. In 2006, the new Hawkeye models were released, giving the WRX another update. For some reason, in 2005 and 2006, the WRX was also offered as a SAAB in the form of the 92X Aero. It's essentially the same car but had different sheet metal and only offered as a wagon. The next Impreza, which also introduced in 2008, had another redesign. However, this time it was less cutting edge than earlier models. Subaru wished for the Impreza to resemble more of its mainstream rivals, such as the Mazda 3. The redesigned WRX was less sporty looking and featured softer suspension. Additionally, the STI was only available as a hatchback, which disappointed aficionados. Subaru improved the model for the following year with new suspension and 265 horsepower, after admitting that they had gone too far in their attempt to appeal to the general public with the WRX. When a little business called Cosworth acquired the STI in 2011, they performed a miraculous feat. They gave it 380 pound-feet of torque and 365 horsepower. It had brakes so good you had to duct tape across your eyes to keep them in their sockets when you stopped going from 0 to 60 in 3.7 seconds. A beast, the Cosworth CS400. Unfortunately, there were only 75 of them made, decide on quality instead of quantity. When Subaru unveiled their newest sedan design in 2014, they continued to produce the WRX hatchback up until that point. Some WRX enthusiasts claim it's far too subdued for the model's history, while others counter that the previous models were ugly in the first place, and this is a step in the right direction. No matter what you think, it's a good automobile. A new twin-scroll turbo with 268 horsepower and a 6-speed gearbox were added to the 2015 model. The following year, Subaru showed its promise by competing on the Isle of Man with a customized 600 horsepower STI. One of the worst races on the planet is the Isle of Man. The 37-mile route around the island is raced by the vehicles and motorbike riders. The Maniac Subi accomplished it under 18 minutes, breaking the previous record. Despite the WRX continual design evolution, one thing has remained constant. It made hood scoops a desirable option. Large wings include factory-installed noisy brakes. They brought companies down to our level. They listened, and sometimes that's all it takes to make a huge impact. The WRX has earned such a devoted following because it strikes a unique balance between niche focus and wide appeal. It attracts a driver who wants something a little funky but familiar, ostentatious but accomplished. What have you learned about our topic? Please let me know by leaving a comment below. And if you enjoy this video, please press the like button, turn on the notification bell, and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. Thank you for stopping by to watch. See you in our next video.